back to my channel, Read and Escape with Nina. So yes, I'm back. I've been off a little while just because I was just been busy, just doing some other things. And I was just like, oh my God, it's October. I have to get on for the first week of October because it's my favorite month and my favorite holiday is in this month, Halloween, and my favorite season, the fall. So I was just jotting down some notes earlier and trying to figure out what books I wanted to talk about for this month. And I think I got a pretty good lineup for you guys. Wanted to do mostly horror or ghost paranormal type reads. One of them in here is like thriller. So I do have some that's kind of like low level thriller, like just for my people, my non-horror people out there. But for the most part, it's gonna be horror for me. I tried to do a live earlier and sorry about that. It just wasn't working. There was some lagging. So I just completely cut that video off and deleted it. And I was just like, I'm just gonna do a regular video and just edit it. So sorry about that for the people who were up there. It's just been a lot going on with trying to get videos and just technical issues and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be recording tonight. I don't know. But like I said, it's been a while and it's October. So I had to get on. So I started my live talking about this book. So I have to talk about it for this video. It's not horror. It's not anything like that. But I just want to talk about it because I just finished reading it. And I just found me a new favorite author. And I have to say that I am now a historical fiction reader. Love it, love it, love it. Like I said, horror is my thing, then thrillers right underneath that. And now it's historical fiction. I can't get enough. So I just finished reading Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. Absolutely loved it. A beautiful, beautiful story. It's about the World War II, and it talks about these two sisters and the things that they have to go through during this war. It talks about women and how brave and strong we are. And this book actually gives so much credit to women who participated in the war. And I don't mean just like they were on the front lines fighting. I mean they were nurses and they were helping and they were making sure that the children were taken care of and things like that. They really play a pivotal part in it. And this book will definitely bring that to light. I love it. It's about love, war, just a beautiful, captivating story, just integrity. It's about pain, it's about survival, it's about grief, it's about loss. It's just so many beautiful things wrapped up in one. And I think the last time I really talked about a book or felt this way about a book was when I talked about 11/22/63 by Stephen King. And that was another like historical fiction. And I'm getting, it's just so beautiful. I feel like those type of reads are just so wholesome. Like you can't get enough. Every single night I was looking forward to reading this book. I highly recommend it. I enjoyed it so much that when it was done, I went today and I went to Barnes and Noble and purchased another one of her books, The Great Alone. I think I'm going to enjoy this one too. It's about a family where the husband or the father comes home from the Vietnam War. So it's kind of like another war-like one, but I'm fine with it. Her books are really thick and long, but they have substance, and every single part of it is necessary. There's no fillers, it's no boredom. It's just straight content that is needed for the story, and it's well written. But it talks about the Albright family being in crisis, and I guess I can understand that with one of the family members having PTSD, and it says the war changed him to a volatile man, and he made the impulsive decision to move his wife and daughter north. So I want to see how they're going to be living off the grid and dealing with this these issues as a family. And there's some other little things. It's pretty long in the back. I'm not going to read it all, but there's some other things going on in the story as well. I'm looking forward to it. It says in the front that it's an epic story, so I believe it, and I'm excited to read it. All right, so let's get into the scary books. All right. Okay, let's see what we got. I got a bunch of books scattered around in front of me. I didn't take any notes on these books. I'm just going to go by memory and just what I read from the back of the book. The only notes that I have is just I jotted down a list of the horror books. Some that I read, it's actually out of all of these that I have listed, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that I haven't read yet. So I just wanted to talk about a few of them this month. So I'm going to talk about some today, and then next week I have some more, and that will be like my 30 days of countdown to Halloween. At first I was thinking, I should do something special because it's October, it's Halloween, and this is my first time filming, in October. I started doing videos back in May. So I'm still new at this. So this is my first time having a October one. So I was like, maybe I should do a video a day or a short a day. And I was like, you know what? I'm jumping way ahead of myself with that type of commitment. So I want to still provide content, but in a reasonable way based on my life, my schedule. So I figured I'll just do it like this. So what do I want to start with? You know what? I'm going to start with a book, and I'm going to put this on the screen. I'm going to start with a book that I recently read on my Kindle. I don't have the copy of it, but it's called Granddaddy. And let me see, do I have it written down up here? I hope I do, because I don't remember the, yes, Granddaddy by Patrick C. Harrison III is the author. Y'all, when I say this is some vile horror stuff, okay? I knew it was going to be, and I was just like, you know what? It's October. I'm in for it. I really haven't read anything crazy like this since I read Them. Okay, but we're going to get to this one. So Granddaddy, and like I said, I'm going to put this on the screen, is it a novella horror? I think it was a short read horror, and it's about this 20-some-year-old man that comes home to relieve his parents from taking care of his grandfather. So his grandfather is grandpappy, is in hospice care. He's dying, and his parents have been taking care of him day in, day out, and they are planning they have to go on vacation because they've just been so tired. So they decided to take a vacation and have their son come to take over responsibilities of watching his grandfather. And God, I don't know where to begin. I really don't. So the parents show him around and like, hey, this is where the food is. He has 2 nurses that come throughout the day. I think one comes in the morning, one comes at the night. The only thing you really have to do for him is just turn him so that he doesn't get bed sores, because he's completely bedridden. And he's like, okay, simple enough. And he just noticed that there isn't much food in the house, and everything is old and expired. And he noticed that there's teeth saved in a jar in the drawers, just weird things. And then there's this crazy looking unkept dog that just comes in and out of the house when she wants. Her name is Gretel. That's what he calls her. And when he puts like food down, like tuna or things like that, she never eats it. And this dog is like, you can see her ribs, but they're like gaping open. Like, so this is gory. So it's all kinds of warnings. It's like you can actually see her ribs. So he's just like, how is this dog living? Maybe she's dying like grandpa too. And things like that. So then things just start happening. The book didn't go the way I thought it was. I honestly thought that somehow the grandfather was going to be haunting him or like torturing him, making him scared or something in the house. It didn't go that way. It turned out to be a gory, gross read, but I enjoyed it. Like I had to finish it. I'm talking gross, okay? I'm gonna give you guys just a snippet of it. So you have the nurses come in. And I think a part of this too, and I have to dive a little bit deeper in it because sometimes after I read a book like this that can, can be a little bit ambiguous, I like to go and look at other people's reviews on it so that I can get a different perspective sometime. Because I feel like this book, after reading it, is a bit psychological too. There was many times when I was reading, like, is this really happening? Or is he going crazy and he's just thinking these things are happening and it actually didn't? Um, but yeah, so the nurses come in, they, tell him that, this place looks horrible and it doesn't look like your grandfather's been turned. And he didn't. He wasn't turned on him. He was just like, my grandfather was a horrible person. I don't care anything about him. I'm just here, get these days over with so I can leave. So then the nurses come and they take care of him. But then this nasty dog one day notices a bed. So when so one day he went to go check on his grandfather and he noticed he's turned on his side and he was like, oh, how'd he get to his side like that? He can't do that by himself. So, but yeah, he was turned on his side and then you can see the bed sore on his back, and the way they describe it in the book is gross, okay? And so the dog, this nasty dog, is going over and sniffing it and licking it, and to the point where he's just like, oh my God, Gretel, get back. And then he's like, now Gretel, and they're describing in the book what's happening. I'm like, oh, now Gretel's head is inside the bed sore. Now her whole body's inside the bed sore. Oh, itchy. So it's really gross. And then he's like, well, since this is the grandson, well, since Gretel's inside grandpa like that, I gotta go in and get her. So he inches his way inside. Now he's inside his grandfather, and now that he's inside his grandfather, he's looking through his grandfather's eyes and seeing the room, but he's also privy to things that happened when he was a child and things that happened to his mom when she was a child. So it starts becoming psychological. And I was like, oh, I gotta keep reading. Although I was itching and like touching, like scratching because it was so gross. But yeah, that's called Grandpappy by Patrick C. Harrison III. If anybody want to give it a try, it's just different, it's just a little different and gross, but not really scary. So I had to get that one out the way first. All right, let's move on. Okay, another one that you probably have seen floating around BookTube and YouTube lately is Pen Pile. It's by Dathan Auerbach. I cannot pronounce that last name, but it's called Pen Pile. I love the cover, and look at the back. It's hardly anything on the back to describe this book. And honestly, I would recommend you just go straight into this book without even reading the back. Just start reading it. I think you get a better experience that way. It's scary and creepy, and it keeps you wondering. It's my understanding, because it's been a while since I read this. Actually, I read this last year. Each chapter is a memory from this child, and as he keeps digging into his childhood memories, he's starting to put together some things that happen that are just horrible. But yeah, it says each chapter is a different piece of the puzzle for both you and the narrator, and at the end, you'll wish that you forgot, what you read. And I agree. I enjoyed this. It's very short. It's only 238 pages. Very short read, but it kind of sticks with you because just even looking at the book now is making me think back to what happened, and I'm feeling some kind of way. Yeah, and this one's a creepy one, y'all. Just pick it up and read it. I think you'll like it, even if you're not really into horror. This one's a good one because it's not really gory or anything like that. So I think this is a good short read just to dip your toes in. You just never know. Let's see. I talked about this one on my channel before. Because I remember my dad commented and said, "Oh, doppelgangers." But yeah, that's kind of what it is. But it says Jeanette thought she'd get to enjoy a cozy, rainy evening after a hellacious week she just endured, snuggled up on her couch with her Labrador, Nico. Everything seemed perfect. Rest couldn't come sooner. Then it happened. A program on the television cut to black. Emergency broadcast system. Jeanette's heart stopped. The signal is choppy, yet the message is clear. They look like people. And then the power goes out and someone knocks at the door. It is soon made clear to Jeanette that the world she once knew ended. The place she once called home is now anything but. The world beyond the threshold of her door is a passageway to the deepest bowels of hell itself. Will she survive? There are serious trigger warnings for this one. Horrible, horrible stuff happening in this book, but it was so good. I'm sorry, it just was. Enjoyed every single minute of it, but there were a few scenes where I was like, "Oh God, get it over with. I can't take it anymore." But I mean, that's what it's supposed to be about. I mean, and I really enjoyed this read. It's very scary and creepy at times because you can look out the window, and like, and somebody that she's with in her group, because these people are meeting up and trying to survive, and someone that she has in her group, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's my sister," and they're like, "That's not your sister anymore," and oh, y'all, it's creepy. I feel like I could read this again because it's very short. I think it's only 200 pages. I feel like I might just read it again, just for the hell of it. But I recommend it. It's called Them, and it makes sense. Look at this nice cover by Makai Watson. He's actually a YouTuber. And I heard about his book, and I was like, oh, let me give it a try, and I absolutely love it. I love it. It was so good. It's about survival. It does have a nice storyline to it. It's about banding together as humans and survival. But like I said, the trigger warnings and how horrible humans can be is crazy. The warnings literally say this. This is extreme horror. It is disturbing, dark, twisted, offensive, and fucked up. Read at your own risk. It literally says that. So yeah, but I enjoyed it. All right, what we got next? I have 3 more to go next, and then I'm gonna hop off. All right, next I have Let Him In, and this is by William Friend. Let Him In. Look at the cover. Nice. So this is one that I haven't read yet. It's on my list. I'm getting psychological thriller from this one just when I read the back earlier. But it starts off like this. Alfie wakes up one night to find his twin daughters at the foot of his bed, claiming there's a shadowy figure in their bedroom. They say to him, "Daddy, there's a man in our room." This right here, just that first little chunk of wording immediately got my attention because just reading that is scary in and of itself. So, he goes to their room and he doesn't see anything, so he assumes that, the girls just maybe had a nightmare. But they did lose their mom 9 months ago. So what's happening here? Their mom passed 9 months ago, and it looks like, just looking further in the synopsis here, that he did put the sisters, he did take them to see a psychiatrist. So it looks like it may be a little bit of psychological, maybe a little paranormal. I don't know, but because it says let him in, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm excited to read about this. I think this will be a nice, good, quick read. This is another one that's fairly short. What I've noticed, just a little over 200 pages. What I've noticed about a lot of horror stuff is the books are really short. You can go through them pretty fast. So I kind of like that. Next, I have The Winter People. I read this last year, yes, by Jennifer McMahon. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I read it last year, so it was some time, and this one was very in depth, very detailed. Um, Kind of puts me in the mind of Stephen King's Pet Cemetery a little bit. Um, I do like how in this book they do switch from the 1900s to the current day, and how at the end you have this nice, beautiful, beautiful ending where it just comes together nicely. Because as you're reading it, you're like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And I'm trying to think, because it's been a while, if I favored one time period more than the other. And I feel like I favored the 1900 one better when I was reading it. Not that the current day was bad, but I feel like I favored the 1900 chapters better because it had that old fashioned back in the day creepy kind of vibe to it with the houses and the floorboards creeping and the little girl coming out of the closet. I don't know. It just gave me creepier vibes, and that's why I enjoyed it more. But overall, I think the book was beautifully written. It just says some secrets never die. And yeah, this lady, you know, in the 1900s was found dead in her backyard, and supposedly there's some haunting going on. Oh God, please read it. The Winter People is so good. And the title, you'll understand what the title means when you read it. I just loved it. I remember when I was reading this, this was before I had a YouTube, I was talking to Madison about it. I was talking to my daughter about it. And she was like, oh my God, it's stressing me out. But she wanted to hear more. But it was stressing her out like in a good way. But yeah, check this one out. And last but not least is the one that I'm actually currently reading right now. It's Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulik. Hidden Pictures. Just started it, only a few pages in, so I saw this one floating around on YouTube, and I was like, oh, well, let me give it a try, see if I like it. I'm not big on books with pictures in it, but I love the fact that it had these scary, haunting, weird pictures in it. And these were drawings from the kid in the story. And these drawings, they start out, you know, sweet and friendly little drawings, and then they just turn into dark, scary drawings. And like this. So I kind of like that. I usually don't like pictures in a book, but I liked it. And when I read The Stand, this new edition of The Stand that's behind me, that one had pictures in it too, and I really enjoyed seeing them here and there as I was reading. But just to give you a synopsis on this, I'm going to read the back real quick. It says, one of the best and most inventive ghost stories I've ever read. That's a quote from Joe Hill. Everybody, you guys probably know Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. But Mallory Quinn is fresh out of rehab when she takes a job babysitting Ted and Caroline Maxwell's 5-year-old son, Teddy. She immediately bonds with the sweet boy who is never without his sketchbook. His drawings are the usual fare: trees, rabbits, balloons. But one day he draws something different, a man dragging a woman's lifeless body. Then his stick figures evolve into increasingly sophisticated sketches depicting one disturbing scene after another. Is Teddy trouble, or is he channeling forces he cannot possibly understand? Knowing just how crazy it all sounds, Mallory must decipher the images and save Teddy before it's too late. I think I'm going to like this. I'll keep you guys posted on it, but this is my first scary October read for the month. And I have plenty more to go. So that's my plan, just to keep you guys, you know, in touch with some scary books for this month. Just some things that's different for me. And again, Hidden Pictures, I think it'll be something a little different, especially with the actual pictures in it. And the cover of it, you can see that there is a man there burying something. So we'll see how it goes. That's it. That's all I have. You guys can let me know in the comments what you guys plan to read for this month. You plan on reading anything spooky? Um, Anything, you know, stepping outside your comfort zone, gonna read something scary? I would love to hear about it. Um, I went to Barnes and Noble today because I went to go pick up the other Kristen Hanna book, and I saw a book called The Pumpkin Cafe. Um, the Pumpkin Cafe, yeah. And I started to get it, y'all, because I was like, let me just step outside my comfort zone and get a nice little cheesy romance. And I put it back. I just couldn't do it. It was a pretty cover. It was nice and fall like, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. So sorry. Maybe another time. It was given YA. I just couldn't do it. But we'll see. All right. Well, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified of any videos I post. And I will see y'all next time.